Today, I'm finally sharing the anime news I have been anticipating for so long. Like, yes, we finally got an update. Hello friends, happy Monday, so very excited that you're here. I know a few weeks ago I did a manga news video calling it an anime roundup, but I sort of feel like that would actually be more accurate for today. We had the Aniplex online event, well, for me in the US, it was online, it takes place in Japan, I believe, but we had a bunch of anime news dropped. I'm not going to be covering all of that, just the ones that were mainly shoujo and ones I was personally curious about, though I think I missed one of them. But before we get on the anime news, we do have some manga news to talk about. The first one being, there was a new chapter of Glasses with a Chance of Delinquent. Y'all, I loved it. I loved it so much. I read this chapter. It's chapter 39. I read it and I was said, I still want to go back and reread the series from the beginning, but I'm trying really hard for Shay at She Geeks Out, her event right now that she's doing the 30 and 30 challenge. I'm trying to really narrow down my TBR because I didn't really read much over the summer. This challenge has been perfect for me right now. I don't need to go reread my faves. But let me tell you, the things that happened were everything. If you are a fan of Igarashi, oh man, this chapter is for you. You will want to tune in. I can't wait for this to get compiled in physical volume and then we get to have it. Whether that's Japanese or the English, though, obviously I'm gonna begin both of them. You guys know this, but I cannot wait. And if that was not like amazing as it is, because I was so excited, we also got an update, a big update that the Kickstarter, the Glacier Bay books that has been doing that I have continuously been talking about, it got fully funded. Yay! I was so very excited. I think it was coming down to the wire and I was really nervous, but no. In fact, we even met one of these stretch goals. I think we actually met two of them. I think it was 65,000, and so there'll be some kind of special effect, whether that's on the cover or there's gonna be extra colored pages or a like fold out insert. And the other one was, I think, 70,000, and there's gonna be some kind of special cover that's gonna be on one of the books that was in the actual Kickstarter. I cannot wait, y'all. I'm so over the moon about this. This month, you know, for the Top 5 Wednesday, we've been talking about retro shoujo classics, and I have shared at the very beginning in this video here that I was like, I haven't read any really retro classic manga outside of From Far Away, and I guess if you want to include it, but it's not pre-2000s, is Land of the Blindfolded. Those are only two that I really have. So being able to read a retro josei manga just made my day. And if that was not all, because we really didn't have any new licenses that we'll talk about after this a little bit, but one of the things that we have been featuring is retro shoujo manga, and we talked about in that same video of Shugo Chara, and we talked about Dean and Angel, a few classic older shoujo series that are making a comeback. And if you wanted to maybe say try it digitally before the new release comes out next year, Kodansha is actually having a humble bundle called Fall in Love with Shoujo Manga for $1. Everything you see on this list is what you can get. I don't even know all of what to say. Like, I didn't even know that Shugo Chara had a actual spinoff. For $1, getting all these just volume ones, I need to actually go get it because I'm just very curious about that spinoff, to be honest. I believe for $30, you can get the entire series for all of these. That is a steal in itself. I was completely mind blown, completely shocked. So definitely go check that out. All the links will be down below. Not only that, but Kodansha House came out. The lottery is open if you would like to go meet these creators. We have Sumo Rashida. We also have Fujita, the creator of Wotakoi, and then we also have the creator of Fire Force. I entered the lottery this morning. I was so nervous. If I were to win, I really don't know if I could go, but if I do win, I hope that there is a way I can make it because I want in to meet Sumo Rashida, or at least I think it's a Q&A and a live signing, and I'm just like, yes, please, like that would be a dream come true. Hello. Hopefully, again, if I win, it works out, and I hope that if you enter, I hope that you win. So we really didn't have any new manga licenses, unfortunately, this past week, but Crossed Hearts is continuing to give us new licenses. The newest one they're giving is not the actual reveal what it is. They do a guessing game, as you can see here by the emojis. I don't know what this is, but that is what the guessing is. Using these emojis is what I'm trying to say. And if you are one of the first 3 readers who has the correct answer on any of their social media, you will actually win volume 1 when it releases. So it's like a guessing game / giveaway. They will be revealing this upcoming Wednesday what the name of this series is. I got no guesses once again. I got I got no guesses. So good luck to anybody who tries to enter to win this giveaway. I hope that your guess is correct. Now, this isn't manga related per se, but I did feel like it was some pretty big news. I happened to see this in passing, and while it's a graphic novel instead of a manga, again, I felt this was really big news. If you're a fan of Holly Black's series, The Folk in the Air, it's getting a graphic novel. They say The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing, that it's going to be getting an adaptation. It should be coming out, I believe they said, in 2028. I am not familiar with the publisher who's putting this together, Daphne Press, but I do feel like the little art that they gave us was really, really good. Now, I have never read this series. I'm not sure if it's for me or not, so if you've read it, please give me the down low, okay? I've heard people say that it's pretty spicy, and other people say no, it just has a lot of language. So I don't know if it's a mix of both or if there's just different things, but I would be very curious to see how it is because the covers of this series I think are really, really good. And again, I've heard Holly Black is an amazing creator. So if you're a fan of graphic novels or you don't mind reading graphic novels, but you're a fan of Holly Black, this is some news for you. And I truly hope that there is somebody who sees us and is like, man, I am excited because is this a new trend we're going to be seeing in the manga and graphic novel sphere? Like, I would be here for this, honestly, despite that I haven't really read any mainstream YA series. It'd be interesting to see what comes from this and if this is going to be, again, the starting of something new. One little last bit of manga news that's actually manga news that I have is if you follow One Piece books or you actively read and buy their series, do not get alarmed if you happen to see a listing for maybe one of their series already released or a series that's up for pre-order. They did a statement, I'm not really actually sure where they did, I couldn't find this, but I do trust the person that's sharing it, that One Piece Books is changing their distributor. Because of this that is happening, they have confirmed some listings may be taken down, but they will come back up shortly. And I guess that they also mentioned that if there's a manga license you would love to see in English, that they do have a form where you can go submit. Considering the series that they have done for Shoujo specifically, that they have been older series like Yusatoki Rhetoric, which I want to do a video review of this year. I told myself I'm going to reread it and we're going to talk about it. But since, yeah, they've done older series, Topeki Honeymoon's another one that I'm really enjoying, and they all have been completed, I think, except for Tales of the Tendo Family and the Cat one, I believe. But I decided to go for Madame Petite. This is a series, I believe, that serialized in the Hanatsume magazine. It is one that I've been very, very curious about. It is a mix of, I know it's a romance, but I think it's like a mix of historical and mystery. This young woman had an arranged marriage, I guess, with this man. She's going on the Orient Express. She goes to meet her husband and come to find out that her husband is dead. And they don't really know what happened, why it happened. And so it's her adventure. I think that's the right way to say that. I think she is currently in Turkey and she meets who's going to be the actual male lead. And the panels I have seen have been swoon-worthy. I mainly am really excited about this and would love to see it in English is because biracial relationships are extremely important to me. I love seeing that part of my life, my marriage represented in fiction. I feel it's very rare in manga, so I always get very, very excited when I see it. That is definitely one of the things I'm most excited about, and I truly hope that they will give it a strong consideration considering the series is complete and it is an older series. Next up is that anime news, so don't worry, we'll have some cover reveals at the very end, but talking about brand new anime adaptations, this was a big one for me, and that's Victoria of Many Faces. Over the moon that this is getting an anime. I think we actually talked about this in an earlier video at some point this year, talking about my top 5 manga that I would love to see get an adaptation. In fact, I believe one of them on that list has already got confirmed because that was Inet Villainous. Yes, so that is 2 out of 5 for me. That is awesome. I'm really excited. I love the key visual that they have shared with us here. I think it looks great. It reminds me of the manga. I have the first 2 volumes of the manga. Those are out. Volume 3 comes out in January, I believe, and we do have the light novel volumes physically by 7 Seas. Not really sure though how many light novels there are, but if you like Spy Family and you don't mind not having all the Anya shenanigans, I definitely think that you will like this. It is a very slice of life, feel good, has some action and intensity kind of story. I've really, really enjoyed it and just very excited that we're getting it. And that was the only like brand new thing that got released or mentioned this past week that at least that I saw, was interested in. But at Aniplex, they did give us a new brand new key visual of Hanakimi. It is coming out January 2026, and I love it. I love the vibes here. Just the shoujo is shoujoing. I'm here for it. I think it looks really cute. I've actually never read this manga before. I did have it on my bingo board that I shared in last week's video, though. I thought it cool that several people have read the series, and I do wonder if there's going to be a reprint that is triggered because of how big this anime seems. So it was really nice to get that confirmation that it is coming and that we have a key visual. For these next two anime, we didn't get a new key visual, but we did get a new PV. One of them is Mechanical Marie, and I'm seated, I'm here. I did a first impression of this manga a few months ago, I believe it was, and I absolutely loved it. I cannot wait for volume 2 to release next year. Very, very excited to watch this with my husband. It comes out this October, and I really think my husband is going to enjoy this. I definitely know I will because I enjoyed volume 1 so much, but I'm truly hoping that he does as well. Same as this next one. Oh my goodness, can we already get a license of this in English? Like the manga, come on, I'm ready. And that is Yano-kun's Ordinary Days. This is the second PV that we've gotten, and I really, really love this PV because the romantic vibes were there. Oh my goodness, seeing some jealousy, seeing what looked like a confession. I was like, I'm eating this up. I am here for it. Seeing him actually get a little bit injured, like, oh, be still my heart, but it looks so very good. I am desperate for an English license already. I will even take digital, although obviously that's not what I want. That is by no means. That's what I necessarily want for it to be digital only. But man, just some way that I can read this manga, it fits right up my alley, and I'm just, please, anybody, somebody, hopefully we will get that when sometime later this year. I do have it on my license wish list. Fingers crossed that this anime can boost it, gets great and strong rankings in the US, and we will see something later this year. But let's go into some anime that we got a new key visual and a new PV, with the first one being Past the Monster Meat Me Lady. Love, love, love this key visual. I think it is so cute. I need to know who the little white doggy is, though. I think I've read the first 4 volumes of the manga physically, and then I gifted them to a friend of mine who absolutely fell in love with the series. Because of that, I'm really interested in this anime, but I just want to know who the little white dog is. It looks so cute. And the PV was, of course, fantastic. Really enjoyed seeing this story come to life. I think it's going to be another one that's very fun to watch. This is another one that's airing this October. Man, we're eating well, being fed well, no pun intended, since our female lead loves that monster meat very, very much. But it looks great. I think it's going to be a strong shoujo anime to watch this season, and looking forward to hearing more, though I guess there may not be too much left to share since it's almost time, you know what I mean? We got less than a month to go before the new anime season starts, which is surreal. But this next one is one that got confirmed for 2026, no official what month or day or anything like that, but that is The Ogre's Bride. And it's funny to me because when I looked at this key visual, I thought this was a brand new anime. I said, what is this? Because it said I think it said The Demon's Bride is what it said originally when I did the translation. I'm like, oh, this is The Ogre's Bride. The reason it threw me is because he doesn't have his horns, his ogre horns. They did have a teaser PV. It did not have any brand new animation or anything like that. It felt more like a pulling manga panels and then conveying the story through the panels, but with that animation on it. So nothing like brand new, the same way it was for Past the Monster Meat. But it looks like a really interesting story. I feel like it could really tug some heartstrings just based off of what I saw in the beginning, because I definitely feel like with her being with this ogre man that life is going to be that much better. Because yeah, that beginning I was like, a little bit triggered, to be honest. I mean, nothing graphic or anything, but I hate seeing, even if I'm not familiar with the story, hate seeing female leads being abused, mistreated by their family. Like, no, absolutely not. So hopefully life is definitely better with this ogre, and that we will get more news of this one. Though the one that made my day this morning when I woke up is Dark Moon, the Blood Altar. Yes, we got a new key visual. Look at it. Look how good these boys look. They look incredible. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm ready. I'm here. And then when we saw the PV, oh my goodness, I was freaking out in excitement in my heart. It sounds good. It looks good. Like 10 out of 10 of everything I'm seeing right now. I have read the series. I really, really loved it. The very end, wasn't a fan there, but I told myself, I said, we're going to reread the series. We're going to do a video review on this so we can also talk about this. Granted, we're gonna have to wait till November for that to happen. Stay tuned for the very end to find out why, but I am gonna come back to the series and do a recap just for my personal enjoyment, because seeing the anime, seeing the PV, seeing the key visual was everything for my fan-loving heart. It is gonna be awesome. I am really, really stoked. And again, how everybody sounded was beyond what even my brain could fathom. It was the perfect news to wake up to when filming this video, or before filming this video. Like, man, made my day, y'all. Made my day. I cannot wait. I will be seated. I will be ready. This comes out in January, so I feel like the vibes, if only it could have came out in October, because the vibes would have been perfect for this with the vampires and everybody looks so good. Like, y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited. I know I already said that, but man, I have been hoping and waiting. Really, really have loved the manhwa a lot. And so I'm looking forward to going back into the manhwa and, you know, rereading it, but also looking forward to this anime. I have high expectations. I shouldn't probably say it. High hopes for myself. This is the first anime that I've wanted to watch in a really long time where I've read the entire thing. So there are going to be no spoilers for me. Like, yes, this was my like thing that came from Aniplex that made my day. I'm so excited. But let's talk about some of those cover reveals, because this first one is by Viz slash Shoujo B, and it is gorgeous. Hands down my favorite cover reveal that we're talking about today, and that is the Demon Prince of Momochi House Succession Volume 2. The pinks, everything, oh, beautiful. How our female lead looks, I love it. It is just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I'm really loving it. I've loved it. I think Volume 1 had a really cute cover too, but this one hands down stole the show. Just full stop. It stole the show. It stole the show. And then for the next one, we had one from Yen Press this week, and that was a Rikari Witch Spells Doom Volume 7. I really like it, but y'all, this got pushed back to December. I'm ready to see and read what's gonna happen next. I really love this series. I think it's really underrated and have just deeply enjoyed the progression of the characters and seeing what everything's happening. It's a very slow burn romance, and sometimes even makes me question, is this even a romance? But the vibes there, they pop up occasionally. That's why I'm like, I need Volume 7, because things got really heated at the end of Volume 6, and I'm like, dude, I need to know what's gonna happen next. But alas, I gotta wait. But the next one is from Eyes Press, and that is Men of the Harem Volume 5, another series I need to catch up on. I read quite a few episodes of this one, and I really enjoyed it. It's by the same team that's doing the Remarried Empress, so I love how she looks on here. She looks good. Honestly, she just looks awesome. And for our last cover reveal that we have is from Crossed Hearts. We talked about last week of how they had a new manhwa physical license, and that is from A Knight to a Lady, and I think this cover looks great. Now, this is not a hardback, by the way. It does look deceiving, because I honestly thought it was a hardback, but if you look in the replies where somebody asked, is that a hardcover? They replied saying, no, it's a paperback with premium French flaps. I like French flaps. I'm like, tell me more, tell me more. So hoping this is not a super expensive volume. Unfortunately, I'm not able to pick this one up physically because of my budget, but I did like what I read, and I talked more about that in that video. But they have another one, Baroness Goes on Strike, which I have been checking every day, and I'm like, where, when, how is this going to be up for pre-order? Because I want to get it. Supposed to be coming out in November, I believe. Really excited what Crossed Hearts is doing, and excited to see what that license reveal is going to be this upcoming Wednesday and this upcoming Friday. To wrap up this video, my Villainous event is going live, where you get to vote for what villainous manga I should read throughout the entire month of October. Yes, so everything that's going to be happening in October is going to be all villainous theme. We have top 5 Wednesday videos, Friday videos, everything. I'm even trying to do the Shoujo quizzes to be villainous themed. So if you got any suggestions for Shoujo quizzes that are about villainesses, don't hesitate to let me know. I really hope that you'll look forward to it. Hopefully there was something exciting that came out of Aniplex that you saw and you're like, yes, let me know down below. And truly hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!